A new technology is circling through today's society: 3D printing. These printers manufacture objects in a three-dimensional form. The first step in the creation of the product is making a virtual design using various design programs. The printing software then splits the model into horizontal layers and mends the layers together until the object is completed. A company called Voxel 8, which is based out of Massachusetts, recently developed the world's first three-dimensional electronic printer. The Voxel 8 printer uses PLA, polylactic acid, to construct the body of the designated item and then uses silver ink to fabricate the circuitry within the item. Harvard professor Jennifer A. Lewis, who is also the founder of Voxel 8, originally devised the three-dimensional printing process. Lewis, an engineering and applied sciences professor, discovered a way to print microbatteries in three-dimensional form. She faced an issue in doing this. The printing of the batteries did not include circuitry, which is something she imagined would be useful to incorporate. Lewis made it her goal to develop a system of three-dimensional printing that could not only print physical frames of items but also print electric circuitry within them. This was to be discovered through the use of software. Lewis then decided to team up with an engineer from Autodesk Principal Research named Carl Willis. She chose Willis because they both had a common interest in the three-dimensional printing of electronics. Autodesk decided to build a program called Project Wire for Voxel 8. While printing, the products are split into cross-sectional pieces and built in a layered format. The way it builds a product compares to the printing technique of a typical inkjet printer. The cross-sections of the product are measured by a 3D CAD software. This determines exactly how the product should be constructed. A liquid layer is dispensed and hardened using an ultraviolet laser. The product then goes through a chemical bath which eliminates any excess materials left on it. This process is called rapid prototyping. The creation of a 3D product is reliant on 2D data provided by computer-aided design, CAD. Various rapid prototyping technologies are available for this process. The first printer was produced at Massachusetts Institute of Technology using a polymeric scaffold which was fabricated and constructed using poly and chlorofoam. The formation of the inks used in the 3D printing is the biggest issue. There are two types, which are cheap, easily deposited, and exhibit excellent electronic properties. First, a water solution filled with silver nitrate is created. This works well with the polymers and glass objects. The second ink, metallo-organic decomposition, is created by thermolysis, which is low temperature, and annealing, which is high temperature. Its electric conductance is similar to silver. The ontology of three-dimensional printing technology can greatly benefit human beings in the future. 3D printing gives a variety of self-expression opportunities and various ways to do it yourself. With the example used above, it will be much more convenient for you to replace your missing remote instead of looking for it on the couch cushions, or printing a new cell phone charger instead of going to the store to buy one. When it comes to manufacturing, many factories would be reduced, including cost, labor, and time. It holds the potential to eliminate the need for large amounts of tools, assembly lines, the use of factories, etc. The use of 3D printing is also important in the environmental aspect. It's energy efficient, creates less waste, and reduces the carbon footprint. It will also yield improvements in the fields of personal life and medical care. When it comes to the personal field, it will make life easier on consumers and will give them easy access to any item they desire. That is, if the printers become popular in the home setting. Regarding its advancements in medical care, the three-dimensional printer will be revolutionary. Bioprinting is a very promising development through its use of authentic created organs by the printer. Further along in the future, technological advances will make it possible to produce organs needed for transplants. The new era of 3D printing can be seen as an exciting new era of medicine during a major health crisis. The economy will also see a positive change. An economy filled with production and distribution that shifts to more personal production based on demand could benefit the economy, especially with the current imbalance between imports and exports. New job industries would prosper from this technology. It would give numerous opportunities to workers and services. People believe that the use of 3D printing is also very controversial. Many believe 3D printing will take jobs away from people who work in manufacturing companies. Many also believe the widespread use of 3D printers will corrupt the consumer side of the market. These claims are flawed, however, because although the printers will eradicate many manufacturing jobs, it will in turn be creating new jobs. Some of these jobs will include technicians to fix 3D printers, manufacturers to create them, and new engineering jobs to operate more advanced 3D printers. To say the least, the prediction of job extinguishment due to more common use of 3D printing is invalid. Regarding the medical field, many will question whether it is ethical or not to use authentic organs and body parts in human bodies. However, the use of the artificial parts has been tested numerous times and has proven successful more than not. In fact, the printer was recently used to replace a patient's infected lower jaw with an artificial jaw. The patient recovered from the operation within a matter of days, and this was seen as a groundbreaking success for the doctor and the engineer that performed the operation. Some people believe that this is unethical because it is pushing society towards artificial biology and the desensitization of invasive medical practice. A principal issue that arises with 3D printing and its manufacturing is its controversies in the legal aspect and its limitations. The biggest legal controversy is infringement, especially now that it's being commonly used among engineers, artists, and researchers. Copyright, patents, and trademarks also come into play as several property rights are at risk of being violated. Since the technology is so new, there aren't very opaque liability claims. Whether or not someone will be held liable for printing patented items all depends on the scenario until law is put into effect, because as of right now, it's easy for someone to break the law without knowing that they did so. Of course, security concerns arise. The fact that guns and weapons could be printed in homes is seen as very dangerous. Printers could also be used to print expensive products that are unaffordable, and counterfeit products could be produced. With such easy access to this glamorous technology, there would be a colossal security dilemma. Printed guns would easily pass through airport security, documents could easily be forged, and payment fraud would increase. Social problems also arise when dealing with 3D printing. People fear that the world will transform within the rapidly moving technologies. They prospect that everything will be negatively impacted, which is directly correlated to their tendency to doubt the reliability and trustworthiness of technology. Uncertainty also plays a big role in the social problems. Questions arise such as how will the product work, or what will the product be capable of making. These are all questions to keep in mind while the development of the gadget is occurring. The development of three-dimensional printers will impact our society greatly and lead to humans becoming more dependent on technology than ever before. The biggest issues that arise with this topic deal with security and the law. This is why the printers need to be modified and have limitations or restrictions placed on them. This is an exciting time for today's generations, as we are advancing more at a higher exponential rate than any other period of time before. We are on the verge of technological revolution, and we are lucky to be able to receive all of the benefits that the 3D printers give us.